Player 4. Press start to join.
360 versus PS3 percentage of people actually gaming. On the 360, 66% of time spent on the console was actually gaming. On the PS3, 46.
Yeah, see.
And they've almost swapped, where PS3 was like, we're a media box now, Blu-ray, blah blah.
I love that voice.
I'm actually
Thank you.
we're a media box. I'm actually kind of like I'm actually kind of astonished because it's almost like Microsoft and Sony on this one, as opposed to the last generation, actually swap places.
Yeah.
It's like Microsoft is just completely lost touch with their market base, and they just don't understand anymore. And Sony's like, yeah, no, we're all about you guys playing video games. We're all about that.
I really
that's
enjoy
what this thing does.
Like Cameron versus Cameron, whatever you want.
Oh, holy crap! I didn't know you pushed start.
Oh.
So that's just me and Alan rambling for awesome. Okay, so
Alan take us back. Take us back to it. Bring us into the podcast.
Oh, okay. And we're back with part 3. We're going to be having Mike... screw it. You don't need a summary. You just listen to part 2. If you didn't listen to part 2, refer to the end of part 2.
hooray! So once again, I'm talking about James versus James, Cameron versus Cameron. I want to see the gloves come off, and I want to watch young James Cameron punch old James Cameron in the face. But since I don't have a time machine, and I can't have two people existing at the same time in the real world, because according to Time Cop, even if they were same matter can't occupy the same space at the same time, they would just both implode.
Okay.
Which makes me sad.
Can we have a compromise and have young George Lucas punch old James Cameron, and then vice versa? Have young James Cameron punch old George Lucas?
Yeah, I think we can go with that.
Okay.
Yeah. Grudge match of the century? That's all six to that. I'd sit ringside.
Yeah.
But yeah, so young James Cameron back in the 80s, I don't know what it was, but like once 1980 rolled around, he just exploded. Creativity everywhere. From the Terminator to T2, Aliens, True Lies, The Abyss, like a lot of these are really good, amazing movies. He's either credited as a writer and director, or just a director, or even like co-writing. I'm not going to say...
Is James Cameron?
Yes, I'm not going to say True Lies
I've
is a great movie. It's a Schwarzenegger movie. I'm not going to say it's a great movie. It's not particularly a good movie, but it is a good action movie.
And isn't there a young actress in that that's really big now?
I can't remember her name. Escapes me.
She has a face, though.
Yeah.
Here's the picture.
It's
We
a
just
solid...
don't know her name. If you know who she is, just let us know. Okay, Mike.
I'm holding up to the computer right now, the picture. Okay. Yeah, anyway. I don't know what it was. Genre-defining science fiction. The Terminator and T2 themselves, they broke boundaries with basic suspense and action movies. Aliens was genre-defining for sci-fi, period. Like I talked about in the 80s episode, it's still around today. You can't escape it. It's everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
It shapes everything, even if it's behind the scenes minutely. All that minutia, it's out there. It's everywhere. So he broke molds and forged his own path. He was the visionary or the renegade. He stands up there with guys like Spielberg and Lucas in their early days, when they were unafraid to
Everyone was better when they were young.
Yeah, when they were unafraid to do and be.
Everything was better in the past. Everything today is crap. We're old. End of podcast.
But
Ever.
it just drastically changed after a certain point in time, and you really see it. It all kind of happens after Titanic. Like, I'm gonna get to that after I praise young James Cameron again, because as much as the technology back then was good, he pushed it further.
Push it to the limit.
Lots of good special effects work, and oh man, I just can't get over how good his movies are. If you haven't seen Terminator or Terminator 2...
What is wrong with you?
Exactly.
You have bad parents.
If you haven't seen Alien or Aliens...
Like, again.
Ridley
you
Scott...
have bad parents.
Ridley Scott followed up by James Cameron, and that's just like a grand slam. Boom, out of the park.
1-2 punch.
The Abyss is really solid, and True Lies is... Well, it's a Schwarzenegger movie, so...
Yeah.
It's... But if you happen to be watching it, continue watching it.
The Abyss is easy to miss, but worth taking the time to watch.
Yeah. So... Stunning success after stunning success after stunning success. James Cameron, once again, he kind of vanished for just a little bit. He kind of slipped under people's radar, but he was working on something huge, and that was Titanic. I saw it in theaters. I didn't cry when Jack died.
It's Heart of Steel, Mike.
That's because I didn't care.
That's because you're a man.
Yeah, I guess.
Testicles prevent tears.
Oh,
but
I cry at The Notebook every time.
You watched The Notebook?
Yeah, I love it.
Oh.
It's weird for me to watch it because the story.
I can't think of a good way to mock that right now. That's just
It's a good movie.
out of left field, just vroom, gone. Oh, okay. There goes that gazelle. I was going to make fun of it, but it's gone. I can't even.
Showing you its ass while it hops away.
Son of a bitch. But I don't know what it was. It was either the two-dimensional characters, the very poorly laid out story, or
But the scene where he drew her naked.
drawing like one of your French girls. I don't care. I really don't.
How do you see it as a prequel to The Great Gatsby?
Or Jack Dawson washing up on the shores. Yeah.
Or Inception.
Or both? Inception is the dream of The Great Gatsby.
Oh no. Like
It's a dream inside the dream.
It's his half-remembered dream, where it's a vision of the future. Anyway.
Did any of it all happen?
Anyway.
That's gonna turn out horribly, I'm sorry.
Just post it in.
Yeah.
Okay.
But after Titanic made the avalanche of money, like the god-awfully huge avalanche of money that it did.
It stayed in theaters forever because it was just raking it in.
Yep.
James Cameron literally went insane. I don't know what it is. I think it's the massive quantity of money. Like, he just couldn't process it, and it broke his mind, but he went crazy.
That's what happens when you shred dollar bills and snort them.
And Titanic was...
Yeah, we're at crazy sports player level, not Prince.
Yeah. Titanic was, like, special effects-wise, music-wise, even acting quality-wise and cinematography-wise, it was amazing. But the story was terrible, and this is where it all fell apart. He stopped being someone that created the formula and started being somebody that followed it. Because, hey...
Mike's face is getting really angry.
If I can shovel shit in
it's always angry.
somebody's face...
He's gonna cook meth.
If I can shovel shit in somebody's face and they're willing...
He's always angry.
willing to pay money for it, why should I do anything else? And after that, it was the money, I think, that just finally made him crazy. Because then he became Avatarded.
Yep.
It's not a good movie. And I don't know why people... Okay, it's a good movie.
So,
Yeah, it's not a
Sorry,
great
let me differentiate. It's a good movie. It's not a great movie. People are, like, coming up with these wild conspiracy theories that the only reason The Hurt Locker won Best Picture that year at the Oscars was to stop Avatar. If that's true, hey, there's a conspiracy I'm glad for. The Hurt Locker wasn't a good movie. Neither is Avatar. What's my issue with Avatar? I've seen it a million times before. I watched it probably 1,000 times when I was like 10 in the form of Disney's Pocahontas. I can't really rail on Avatar harder than everybody has in the past, so I'm going to skip past the hate for it that I have and go with the good stuff. What was good about it? The technology it had brought something amazing to the screen.
One of the better 3D movies I've seen.
That's true.
Yeah, the world he created, it's ripe for exploration. Is he going to do anything good with it? I've yet to find out because Avatar 2 is still out there somewhere on the distant horizon with no information about it whatsoever.
Mariana's Trench. They did a lot of filming in Mariana's Trench.
I know that, but like...
I thought you were talking about the band.
No.
There's a band?
It's going to be aquatic based, but like from there, where does it really
deep.
go?
I would have expected that from Mike.
That was beautiful, and I love it, but like, where does it go from there? Nowhere is the question that is now answered. Nowhere. It goes nowhere. He disappears again, but in the wake of Avatar, good music, great cinematography once again, because James Cameron, as a Canadian, I'm going to praise him for this, is a good director. Thank you for being something amazing to come out of Canada.
Sorry. As a Canadian is a good director, I don't know if that's derogatory or complimentary, but I'm
You've
kind
seen
of offended on everyone's behalf.
Okay, for starters, we've all seen a lot of Canadian television.
Yeah?
That's a lot of Canadian directing.
It's Driver's Waltz, man.
Okay, no, that's animation.
Someone had to direct that shit.
Okay, fine. But somebody also has to direct all the garbage that comes from this country.
Garbage, like Pingu does the thing.
Oh, that was
Calling that
amazing.
garbage, Mike. Pip.
There's a reason why I say televisions that run in too many frames looks like bad Canadian television.
Oh, it looks like bad soap operas.
Yeah.
It's just soap operas in general. It's the soap opera effect.
Bad quality TV.
No, it's just high frame rate.
Too much frames.
No.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Bad quality TV. It's like...
Oh, like bad writing.
Yeah.
Whoa, Degrassi, the next... I'm done.
Yeah, anyway.
Moving on.
Yeah. It had a decent score. The soundtrack was very atmospheric, very tone-setting. It's very good. It works well with the film.
Yeah, perfect soundtrack for the movie.
All the writing is bad. And, like, it's James Cameron's love child. And from here, he's just gone further over the brink of madness. He's been cited as saying completely ridiculous things, like, it is the greatest environmental conservation film of all time.
Yeah.
Really? And he stated, I don't think I've ever heard of anything that's as big a commercial success, while standing next to his wife, who asked him quite flatly, what about Wall-E?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a pretty good conservation movie.
Yeah.
Like,
On
Avatar...
both counts. Success and conservation.
He's also stated as saying, if you are a truly dedicated environmentalist, you will stop eating meat. Like, really? Because it's all about the mass farming in America and blah, blah, blah. It's all the greenhouse emissions produced by cow farts.
No.
That's part of it. That's the biggest part of his statement.
Well, one thing I have to wonder is, if everyone just stopped eating meat flat out, the cows are not going to disappear. If anything, there's going to be more greenhouse gases.
Exactly.
And then we'd all turn into pussies.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I
South
guess.
Park covered that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But, like, that's not the tip of... That's just the tip of the iceberg. That's not the whole thing. The big thing that hits...
Titanic.
Yeah. The big... That's why I went for that. What's that? Tip of the iceberg. Yeah, there we go. The big thing that hits me the hardest is he had the balls to go to my hometown, treat everybody like shit, and go, see this? You see this thing? This is what's ruining the world. The oil sands. Then he goes northward and speaks with the Native American tribes there, talks with them and says, I will change the world for you. It will be a thing. Feel bad, people of Alberta. Shame on you. Shame on all of you for supporting this. And then he fucks off and does nothing about it. Hey, it's been 2 years, James Cameron. What have you done? The answer is nothing. So not only are you hypocritical, completely batshit insane, and making far too much money if you deserve it, you're now putting out mediocre movies that are borderline garbage. They're very entertaining to look at, but to actually look at the substance in them, there's nothing there. You're the worst.
Threw a lot of fuel out for the anthros.
You're the worst of the AAA titles for video games.
What? Oh, you're calling him a bad video game?
No, I'm saying...
You just called James Cameron EA.
Ha!
Yeah, he's the pinnacle of mediocrity. Congratulations. Is that what you really want to be for the rest of your life?
Yeah,
That's
rich.
That's all it is.
Rich.
I'd be okay with being rich for the rest of my life.
He got rich off of his other movies, too.
Not as much.
Although that could be accounted for by inflation.
Well, how many... Well, I already have Alien quadrilogy on Blu-ray, and he only did one of those.
That's not true, actually. There was Alien, the Alien... there was Alien, the Aliens 2-pack, back when it was on VHS. Then there was the Alien Trilogy, on V...
I'm just saying, like, they can only repackage it so many times, so often.
Yeah.
Yeah, tell that to Star Wars.
Oh. It's Disney's baby now.
Hopefully they do it right.
They do.
Hopefully one day they'll actually release the original stuff in Blu-ray quality.
They did
Don't have
Marvel, right?
Download the frickin' 500 gig despecialized editions.
Oh, that's... Yeah. I need more room on my computer, so I deleted Thundercats. 52 gigs.
Jesus.
Opened up.
Nice.
Yeah, no, I have like a 15 gig version of A New Hope. It's beautiful. True to the original vision, full Blu-ray quality, 5.1 surround sound.
It's the closest with high definition you could get to what people saw in theaters when it was out.
Yeah. The internet is a wonderful place sometimes.
So I'm going to wind this thing down.
Oh, sorry.
James Cameron before was a visionary that pushed boundaries, that enjoyed breaking the mold. He was the revolutionary in film that... He's up there with me with George Lucas. He didn't listen to people about conventions. He said screw it and threw it all out the window and decided, we're going to take this thing in a different direction and we're going to make it good. We're going to push everything we can to the limits that we have it, and then we're going to see if we can't even go beyond that. And refuse to be happy with mediocrity. He created some of the biggest genre-defining science fiction movies ever, and he exists for me in the pantheon. Like I said, George Lucas, James Cameron, Ridley Scott, young James Cameron. They're like the that's it. There's nothing beyond that for sci-fi movies. even like if I could have that from then, now with what the technology we have now, I don't think anything better would come out for 20 years again. It's saddening to turn around and look at. I can't rail on Avatar harder than anyone else already has. Like I just want to, but I just can't do it better.
There's no new material.
I can't do it better, so I'm not even gonna try. I'm just gonna turn this thing over to player 4 now because my hate, the pinnacle of my hatred, it's the zenith of my hatred.
Yay! Take that, James Cameron.
There's a
Eat
cover
your
band
dick.
joke in there somewhere. Zenith of my hatred. Yeah. Okay,
It's my Linkin Park.
there we
Cover
go.
band.
There it is.
Minutes to midnight.
Oh god.
Okay, so player 4, Dana, asks, how does Superman shave? Relating it back to the contest by Gillette. My personal favorite is, I can't remember, it's the one woman involved in the YouTube contest that I've seen. There's like 4 top videos when I watched them.
Didn't see it.
It's the idea of I think depilatory is the right word, a cream, kind of like Nair, like Kryptonian Nair. Just rub it on your face, the hair falls off, done.
And he just like fucking has that.
Well, he's like a super genius with a Fortress of Solitude and Kryptonian robots and shit. He's just
At
like
the part of the movie he's shaved.
what?
We gotta see it. Write it down.
He has the costume. So
It's in general.
Yeah, he has the costume. So I got to assume that at some point he has like the fortress thing going on,
Or a bunker of quietness.
yeah, because the I'm pretty sure the costume's an alien thing in that.
Oh.
The bunker of quietness.
Yeah.
He didn't go with like the cubicle of loneliness.
No.
That's loneliness is
The shed of oneness.
for a while in the comics he moved his fortress down to like the Brazilian rainforest.
It sounds like a bad idea to
Raped
me.
by monkeys.
It was actually awesome. He's like, oh man, the nature. Actually, the Arctic kind of sucked. And then the villages near him that were helping him were like, being held hostage by evil people. And he's like, oh, shit. Right. Evil. I had to move.
To sort of bribe him to
Yeah,
do stuff.
They were holding the villages hostage. They're like, Superman, you don't interfere with us anymore or we torch this everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's how I think Superman shaves is cream. Josh?
I just think he can shave it with whatchamacallit, like just like a titanium. Yeah, titanium blades are on razors now. I think he's just strong enough to drag. I think he's just strong enough to drag it along his face to cut it all off.
Well, it wouldn't be because his hair has survived explosions and stuff, so it's the durability of the hair. It's not because like if it's just a matter of strength, then he'd be tearing the hair out by the root with the razor.
Yeah, like a man.
Which could be the way he does.
If you don't change if you change your razors as often as I do, that's pretty much what you do.
Personally, that's kind of just how I imagined it happening. He utilizes some kind of instrument that just rips the hair out as opposed to actually having to cut it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you guys are both for kind of the removal where either like super speed plucking or dragging something along the face.
I just say
To
like
pull it.
why not a razor?
Even something as I could even see it being something.
He wants it
goofy like,
off. So
I
it
have heat
comes
vision,
off.
mirror.
He's done that in the comics.
Yeah,
He takes a small mirror and laser visions his face.
yeah. So I'm like, I can see him.
That was
I actually,
gay. The
I actually
only
don't-
man where in his bag he'll have a compact mirror.
I don't really read a lot of the comics, so like, that actually kind of blew my mind. I'm like, just a reflective surface, heat vision that shit off.
Yeah. And he can adjust the intensity of the heat vision.
Done.
Also,
And strobe.
related to the question, everyone's secondary homework, other than telling everyone about the podcast, is can't remember any details about it, but just Google it. There's a video about how hard Superman can punch you and what would happen.
That's pretty cool.
It is really cool, like nuclear explosion level. Your atoms are liquefied
Yeah.
if he punches you.
Basically, his fists traveling through the air, going the speed he can punch.
They calculated it all based on
99%.
99% of the speed of light.
Yeah, so just him going to punch you will be making nuclear bombs go off by him breaking the
Yeah.
air and water molecules in the air.
It's
He
really
splits
cool
hydrogen molecules, setting off small
Yes.
hydrogen bombs in
Yeah.
front of his fist.
And before he punches you.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, what a champion.
And they showed a map of the size of nuclear explosion that would occur, and also there's a beam that will shoot out because his fist
It's
is
directed.
it's a proton cannon.
Oh god.
So he's got the blast radius and a beam forward. So not only are you liquefied,
At any point in time, he's a charged particle weapon that's capable of destroying itself and then discharging a beam.
his fist has more electron volts than many large colliders.
Oh my god. What a monster.
So yeah, that's
And he's on our
secondary
side,
one.
folks.
People are like,
Yeah,
Superman's the worst hero ever. What does he really have?
Everything.
All the power.
yeah. Well, the trick to Superman in comics is trying to humanize him, because any kind of powers conflict, he's going to win. Like, eventually something's going to happen, the kryptonite's going to fall off, Batman's going to pluck out the kryptonite, I don't know, whatever. And Superman's going to be like, oh, I'm supercharged again. Punch, explosion, done.
I know
Red Sun Prison.
I know people don't like talking about it. Like the 2006 Superman, he gets Raw Dog stabbed with a piece of kryptonite by Lex Luthor.
Every time you say raw dog.
He breaks it off inside of him, shoves him off an iceberg, leaves him to drown, and just goes, I don't really care. You're dead to me, and you're dead to the world. And he survives that crap. With a piece of kryptonite inside of him that he lives through.
It was pretty cool in Superman, Justice League Doom.
Yeah.
He gets that kryptonite bullet in him. And Batman's like, kryptonite lasers, anyone? Martian Manhunter, you finger in there. And pick it
Yeah.
out.
Well, it's least traumatic it could possibly be.
Why?
Well, getting little shape-shiftery fingers to pull it out instead of, like, reaching a human hand.
I thought they couldn't move him. I thought they had to do that.
Cyborg had to slice him open with
Yeah, I thought they had to cut him open.
Yeah,
and he
that-
had to shapeshift in because they couldn't
No, if
damage him.
I think Kryptonite's scalpel, you could perform surgery on Superman, especially if there's already Kryptonite inside of him killing him. His powers would be screwed.
Oh, they kicked his ass until, the Justice League won. Sorry if I spoiled that.
Well, that's been out for long enough that
I have no idea when it came out. Good old
at
Netflix.
least like 3 years.
Cool.
Okay, so that's our show for today. Next week's question, we'll have a poll up on the Facebook page.
Probably immediately now, so you'll see the question before you
Yeah.
actually hear this.
So if you haven't already, you can come vote facebook.com/PS2J.
Show. PS2J show.
No. Oh, is it?
Pretty sure. Let's check right now.
Okay.
Clickety, click, click.
Let's not keep plugging ourselves inaccurately here.
Yeah,
Yep.
okay. It is www.facebook.com/PS2J show.
www. Why don't you just say http:// wait.
// you heathen.
No wonder I couldn't give any internet directions.
Oh god.
Okay. And
They took a left turn at Albuquerque.
this question,
You didn't. That was the problem.
Albuquerque.net.
Oh,
this
God.
week's question: console war. Who won you over? Are you a Wii U fan that it's out, it's fun, it's there already, or are you still fighting between the Xbone and the PS4?
PS4 or Xbone.
Yeah, let us know.
Wii U.
And thanks for listening. As always, I'm Alan,
Josh.
I'm Mike.
Wii U.
and this has been PS2J.
Yay. Thanks, you sugar taster.
Host is disconnected from game.